I want to demonstrate joules and stones on Leetcode. You're given strings J representing the types of stones that are joules and S representing the stones you have. Each character in S is a type of stone you have. You want to know how many of the stones you have are also joules. The letters in J are guaranteed distinct, and all characters in J and S are letters. Letters are case sensitive, so A is considered a different type of stone from A. So we have two strings here. The output is 3 because lowercase a and uppercase a, any time the S string has A or lowercase a or uppercase a, it's going to be a joule. So there's 0 here because lowercase c does not exist in the stones string. Okay. So basically what I'm going to do here is create a couple of edge cases to make sure there are actual stones and joules in there. And then I'm just going to for loop through the J string and the S string, and then create a couple of variables and then return how many matches there are. So the first edge case is if either of the strings are empty, return null. And then I'm just going to copy this real quick. And instead of an empty string, make it 0. And instead of and, we're going to do or. So this just makes sure that in case we're using either a string data type or a number data type, it takes care of that. Next, I'm going to make two variables, one called matches, and set its state to 0. And then I'm going to create another variable called ARR, which is short for array, and it's going to be an empty array. So for zero. I'm going to create two for loops and just create the skeleton of them real quick. And then after these for loops are done, we're going to return the matches at the end. So we created our variable right here, and we're going to return that at the end. And it's initial to 0. It's initialized to 0, and then that'll be changed once it's returned. We create an array here, and that's where we're going to be putting the letters, stones and joules. We're going to be looping through var I of j, and then var j of s. And we're using j here because we need to use a different variable name than this I. So for every iteration, each array index is going to equal a matches. So as of now, they're all matches. And then this loop will change that. Create another if statement. And we're going to see if the array full of matches, if that has a J index in it, does it match? So we're going to use a JavaScript built-in function called hasOwnProperty. We're going to pass in the letter J in there because that's what we're going to check for. And if that's true, we're going to increment the matches by 1. And then that'll give us our final answer. Let's run it. That works. That works as well. This has a linear runtime complexity because we're looping through the amount of characters inside a given string, no matter how long it is. Thanks for watching.